I started dating a guy that I met on Bumble back in April of this year. The relationship progressed very quickly, which I probably should have seen as a red flag. I had phone conversations with him that were hours long before we had even met. I do remember getting a gut feeling about something he said to me during one of these phone conversations, but I brushed it off. He asked where we were going to live when we got together, since we live about an hour away from each other. I thought it was alarming that he asked this so early on, and I'm kind of kicking myself now for not seeing the red flags. He was extremely charming and flattering and seemed perfect. He texted me essentially non-stop. We worked opposite shifts and I was on night shift at the time. He would stay up and talk to me even if it meant he only got a couple hours of sleep. Our first date went really well and we spent the whole weekend together. He lives with his parents, so he spent the weekend with me at my house. He sent me pictures of wedding veils and talked like he wanted to spend the rest of his life with me. When he traveled to see family, he told me that he was bragging about me to his family. A couple of months into our relationship, things started going south. He initially talked about being a dom and that he liked being in that role both inside and outside of the bedroom. We talked about a lot of things over text, but these fantasies never played out in real life when we spent time together. He started really pushing my boundaries regarding how I wanted to be spoken to and treated. It got to the point that I felt like he was making excuses to avoid coming to see me in person. He started forgetting about plans we made and things that I would tell him. He works as a police officer and he told me about some things he did at work that I thought were very concerning. There was one thing towards the end that really rang my alarm bells concerning lack of empathy. He was in a patrol car and realized he ran over someone's dog. He found the family and told them which was the right thing to do. However, he asked the father in the family if they had any kids. The father said yes. And my ex asked if he could give the kid a sticker to make up for running over their dog. I thought the fact that he assumed the sticker could fix the situation showed a severe lack of empathy. He also told me that he was mad that a suspect kept hitting their head on the divider in his car. This person was handcuffed behind their back, and my ex had failed to buckle them in with the seatbelt. He also was in a call one day and noticed that a lady at the scene had a really bad spray tan. He asked her, "What's wrong with your face?" I think all these things were extremely inappropriate. My ex and I talked about kink a lot, and he told me that he was dominant. I found out that he was secretly submissive and wanted me to degrade him. He seemed to have a lot of interest in mommy kink. It was fine that he had a submissive side. I just wish he had been more forthcoming with me about it. He also was very critical about how I spent my own money, even though he has a car that he can't afford, and has also bought a motorcycle that he can't afford since we broke up. He was critical about how I did my makeup too. He would lose his mind if I took more than an hour to respond to his messages. I asked him what I could do to make our relationship better, and he said, more pleasing me and giving me attention. This was ironic, since it